Hello guys, this is a Mermay video. Well, we are in May, so that means we are going to draw mermaids all the months. So for this mermaid I tried to challenge myself, and instead of following only one list, I decided to challenge me and to challenge myself and mix 3 lists. So I have 2 theme lists, the official one, another one, and the third one is a color list. So I mixed the first one, and the first mermaid was about mixing celebration and horns. So the first thing I did was to try to find the right posing, and as you can see, I looked for some kind of horns. I didn't know if I wanted the character, the mermaid, to have some horns on her head, or if she was like blowing into a horn. So I just tried to get the flow and get the good vibe into the characters, trying to find the right posing and also to find the right kind of tail that I wanted to draw her. So these were the 3 lists that I'm following. As you can see, I did like 4 or 5 different drawings, and at the end I was hesitating between 2 of them, the one with the seahorse tail and the other one on the right, and I kind of did like a mix of the 2. And I was still hesitating for the horns, if she had like horn on her head. You'll see that actually I decided to drop off this idea at the end. And I really like the idea of the mermaid that would blow into the horn and celebrating some kind of, I don't know what she's celebrating. So I decided to do this particular posing, and after I chose it, I tweaked it a little bit because I wasn't very happy with the general posing. But at the same time, I felt like it lost a little bit of her expressionless. But well, we had to keep going. So next I redrew like a more detailed sketch. As you can see, I drew her horns at that time, but I quickly removed them. So I keep on sketching it just to decide of her anatomy and the shape of her tail and all the features that she would have. And on a different layer, I added the clothes and some details, and on another layer I did her hair, because I didn't know what to do. You'll see, I didn't know if I would add some bangs, and or I didn't want to have this kind of aerial vibe with the big portion of her hair. And I struggled a lot with her face. I didn't know what kind of face I wanted her to have. Sorry. So I've done it quite a bit just to get the right feeling. You can see me struggling with the hair. I went for this kind of hairstyle, but I decided to change it at the very end. You'll see after that. So yeah, just trying to get the right details here and there, and after that, when it's done, I just painted the background with this dark green at first, but then I changed it, and then I decided to go for a color blocking, which means that I'm just color blocking the silhouette of the character with a single color, and after that I just add some layers with different colors, so one color per layer. To have this kind of how do you say that? Well, this kind of silhouette without line art on the outside. I don't know if you see what I mean, but I just wanted to focus on the colors, because this is part of the challenge. This one was Aurora pink, so this is the main color that I started with, and after that I did like an extension of this color, taking lighter hues and darker hues, as well as a color that match well with this color. Just keep it with the pink tone, and playing with the darker or the more saturated or the less saturated color, just to get the kind of range of colors. It's kind of monochrome, I don't know how you say that, but I just wanted her to have like a nice silhouette. After that, it's just kind of adding some details and some stuff on her tail and some colors here and there, just to give it a little bit more details. For the shading, at first I wanted to have something simple, but after that I tried to get a little bit more into details, especially for her tail and for her hair. Maybe I should have maybe stopped at that time with country with no shade at all, instead of the shadow be just below her chin, just to separate her body from her face. It kind of looks nice too. Then, as you can see, I added some loose hair around her hair, and added this bang just because well, I felt like it would be a little bit more interesting for her hairstyle. And adding this loose hair just succeeded to give her a little bit more life, I must say. I struggled a little bit with the shading in her hair, because I felt like it was going in every direction. This is where I added some line art just inside the big color blocks, just to differentiate the side of the part of her body, and the nose, and some stuff inside the shape and not on the outside. Now I'm starting a little bit of shading. Just keeping in this kind of rosish hue to keep in the theme. And I added some detail and some lights just to keep the character a little bit more vivid. And here you can see I've put a little bit darker hue on her tail just to separate, to feel a little bit more depth on the pikes on her tail. As it was about celebration, I thought that maybe putting some confetti would be a good way to have this kind of celebration stuff. And I had like this brush on my computer for quite a while. It's a brush from DeviantArt, and I added this, and some of my followers on my Twitch suggested me that it would be nice for her to have like a little flag in her hair, like she's celebrating something. And so I added this kind of little flag, and like she's waving it with a little mermaid on the flag. I felt like it was a kind of nice touch. Like the M looks like the bad guy in Dragon Ball Z, but it's I prefer this mermaid thing. I think it's a nice way to start this challenge. And I think that's it. So thank you for following this video. I will try to upload from time to time the video of my mermaids, but if you want to see them all, I can maybe suggest you to follow me on Patreon. This is where I post most of them. At least if I succeed, I will post them all on my Patreon. So I hope to see you there. But first I wanted to give a big thank you to all my new patrons. There is Neil, Emmeline, and Mythos. So thanks for being there, and thank you so much for following me on Patreon. See you soon, bye bye.